Today we will discuss the PLC programmable logical controls in the use in industrial control systems. First of all, let us see why there is need of for PLC. Hardwired panels were are very time to consuming to wire and debug the change. The GM identified the following requirements for the computer controllers to replace hardwired panels. Solid state, not non-mechanical. It is solid state and not mechanical. Easy to modify input and output devices. Easy to program and maintain by the plant. Then easy be able to function in an industrial environment. Now the first PLC was introduced in 1960. These programmable, reusable, reliable, could withstand and harsh industrial environment. They had no hard drive. They had battery backup. Could start in a second, used in logical ladder logic of for programming. So what is PLC? PLC is a specialized computer used to control the machines and the process. It is used programmable memory to store instructions and specific functions that include on-off control, timing, counting, sequencing, arithmetic, and data handling. Advantages of this PLC are nothing but faster, flexible, faster response, less simpler, solid state, modular design, and sophisticated instruction. These are the advantages of PLC. Now it eliminates much of the hard wiring that are associated with the conventional relay control circuit. Now advantages of PLCs are also there. This is the ladder diagram for the PLC. Okay. Now it is easier to create a change of a program in PLC than to write and rewrite a circuit. End users can modify the program in this PLC. Lower cost is also the major advantage. More flexibility for PLC. Original equipments of a manufacturers can provide system updates or processed by simply sending out a new program. Originally PLC were designed to replace relay control logic. The cost saving using PLC have been the significant that relay is becoming obsolete except the power application. Now the PLC can communicate with the other controllers of the computer equipment. Faster response time. The PLCs can cooperate in a real machine real time, which means that can event taking place in the field will result in the operation or output taking place. Machines that process thousands of times per second an object that spend only fraction of second in front of a sensor require the PLC quick response capability. Easier troubleshoots are there. PLCs have resident or diagnostic and override functions allowing users to easily trace the correct software and hardware problems. Now this is the actual architecture of PLC or the construction or block diagram for PLC. Now there is a program. First of all we have to program the kit, then it is given stored in the memory. Now this memory is also connected to the different passages, that is address. It consists of address. Second component is data, which is stored in that PLC, and the control, which we have to control the PLC through these different components or the circuit with the help of this control. Now there is a CPU, that is central processing unit for PLC, which is also connected to the address, data, and control. Again it is given to the input output of the world or real world or the working media. This is the structure of PLC is based on the same principle as those employed in the computer architecture. Now PLC systems are used. This is the power supply is used. Okay, there is a computer CPU. This is central processing unit CPU, memory, program data. This is input module. This is output module. Red line shows the output load devices. Blue line shows the input sensing devices. That is the inputs are sensed by the sensing elements are given to the CPU and memory data, and then the output is given to the output load devices of that output module, and these are in between these two the working is carried out on that sensed received data from the input devices. So today we will discuss, in tomorrow lecture we will discuss the PLC architecture in detail and the different main components of the PLC. Thank you.